So Aaron, why in the world does it take you half the age of the Earth to make a Screen Jumper episode? Well, I'll tell you, hypothetical YouTube viewer. In fact, I'll show you with this multi-part making of documentary thing. Stay tuned. Welcome to day one of the production, in what I'm calling phase one, which is the idea phase. So every episode starts with an idea, of course, and that's going to be a game-movie combination, either a movie that's been adapted from a video game or vice versa. So what I do is I go to this lovely Wikipedia page. In this case, it's video games based on films, and there's a corresponding page, films based on video games. If ever I'm in need of an idea, I go here. So there's a few criteria that I go through to pick which game-movie combo I'm going to do for an episode. But first of all, it's got to be something that I'm interested in. If I'm not interested in, it's just going to be a miserable experience making the episode. So obviously it's got to start there. Another criteria is I try to do a back and forth rotation between focusing on a video game versus a movie. So, for example, I believe my first one was Stranglehold, which was a game based off a movie. And then obviously I had to do a movie based off of a game. I think that second one was Silent Hill. I can't remember right now, but the idea is that I would just go back and forth. So since I just did Doom, I did not want to do another movie based on a video game. So in this case, after going through several different options, I settled on Ghost in the Shell, which has a PS1 game, a PS2 game, and a free-to-play Nexon MMO thing, so that should be interesting. But that's basically the gist of it. I've got to make sure that I'm interested in doing it. I've got to make sure that it lines up with the rotation. I've got to make sure it's interesting for the viewer to watch. So that's generally why I don't do, like, let me pull up, which one was this? Dirty Harry. Yeah, I love Dirty Harry as a movie. There's a Dirty Harry 1990 NES game. I would never cover that because it's not going to be interesting to watch, because NES games back then were so different than the actual movie, and I generally don't like to point out how bad something is. I'd rather celebrate something that's pretty good. However, if it's, again, something I'm interested in, I will tear down something that's not so good. But in this case, it just wouldn't really be that entertaining, I don't think. So, then the last criteria, I guess, is can I play it? I've got a PC here, I've got a PlayStation 2, so I can play PlayStation 1 games. I've got a Nintendo 64. So generally between all those three, it's got to be something that I'm able to play and capture. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy, say, an Xbox or Xbox 360 or Xbox One, whatever. I'm not going to buy an entire console just to play one game for one video that I do. I don't have the kind of disposable income to justify that kind of purchase. So you might say, why not just emulate everything? Well, the only game that I've emulated is Silent Hill, and that was just a nightmare to get to work. So I don't want to rely on that for every game that I do. All that to say, I'm generally going to stick to PC titles if I can, console titles if I have to, and I will show the recording process for getting all that footage later. That's pretty much the criteria. Am I interested in it? Will it be interesting to watch? Can I actually run the thing? And I try to stick to that rotation in order to keep variety to the channel. And that's pretty much it. That is phase 1. As I've told you, I've decided on, for multiple reasons, Ghost in the Shell. So, stick around for part 2, where we will cover phase 2, the research phase. Enjoy!